Hey YouTube, it's Jack again with Toy Dojo, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Wave 2 Voyager sets. First we're going to take a look at Alpha Trion, and then we're going to take a look at the Astro Train. Sorry, I had a quick brain malfunction there. So first we're going to take a look at Alpha Trion with the Autobot Sovereign as his headmaster, or Titan Master in this case. Take a look here, we got Alpha Trion's face right here. Says his name on the bottom with the Sovereign. Looking at the back of the box here, we got him in his robot mode, his lion mode, and then his space cruiser mode. Over here it shows Brawn, who we've done a review on already. It shows Chrome Dome, who's going to be coming out. Astro Train, who obviously was a repaint of the Sentinel Prime, or maybe Sentinel Prime was a repaint of him, since the mold was probably made for Astro Train. Then we've got Soundwave here, who's going to be coming out again. Either a repaint of Blaster or Blaster's a repaint of him. And actually a little bit of, this can be a little bit of a remolding too. So that way the boombox doesn't look like the cassette player. So these are not out yet. They're supposed to be out, I believe, in September. I'm going to put a link in the description below as always to where you can order it from. Okay, so again, just like all the other ones, he comes with his spec card here. Shows his picture on the front. And then on the back here it shows his text as well. And then he's got his instruction booklet. It's going to take you from all three modes and just kind of go into that. So there's that. He comes with this little handheld gun here, which also doubles as a sitting spot for his Titan Master or another Titan Master if you want to use that. And then he's got this nice sword right here that has a translucent orange here with some nice detail onto it. And then this dark purple hilt with the handle here. I think it's called a hilt. And then the handle here for him to hold on to. So just put those in his hands real quick. They fit into either hand. Put that one there. And put this one here. So Alpha Trion, out of the figures that have come out so far, he's not my favorite one. He looks good, don't get me wrong. But there's certain aspects about him that I don't really care for. And we'll kind of go into that as we start messing with the video and then doing transformation on him. So, I do like the sword though. I think the sword is really neat looking right there. So let's get those out of the hand there. Get this out of the hand. And first just start looking at him. I want to look at his face real quick and look at his head sculpt. I think the head sculpt itself and the face is really nicely done. I think it does kind of look like Alpha Trion there. I think they did a pretty good job at getting that to look like him. And then right here on the center of his chest piece, he's got that button right there. And if you push that, get his head straight a little bit. You push that, and then those pop up there. So he's got more of like horns sticking out the side of him right there. Now when you do that, he doesn't have a whole lot of a head rotation. You can kind of move it that way, and you can kind of go back this way. But because the way, if you can see kind of the purple molding down there, it sits inside there, and so when you twist it, that moves, but it doesn't give a whole lot of rotation inside there. So in order for him to get better head rotation, you got to push these all the way down until they click. And that's a little bit harder, a little bit easier said than done. Let's use a sword here. Maybe that can do it for me. Okay, I'm just going to use my finger because I can't get it. Okay, there you go. When it clicks, now his head is there by itself. And you do get that full rotation on there. You get a little bit of up, a little bit of down movement. So you got that. But again, if you want that like that, you just have that out like that. He's got some nice colors on him. He's got a lot of silvers that are painted onto his lion mane up here, on the chest piece here, down this piece right here. And this actually is like a dark, well no, they're all the same. From here, I guess from this angle, it looks lighter, but when you look at it from certain angles, it looks darker. Silver down there, silver on the feet right here, gray plastic on his hands, on his knees, and then the purple. And then this here is not a red, like a red, it's more like a dark pinkish red color, is the way I'm going to try and describe it. And then looking at his back, this can be the cockpit right here with the clear translucent orange. So one of the first few things that I don't like about him is he's a shorter Voyager size. And when I say that, I'm going to pull in, first let me fix his head, but I'm going to pull in Galvatron, who was on the Wave 1 line, and set him in here. So let me get this. I'm going to put his head face away and just pop the Megatron head sculpt into there. And put these two side by side. So side by side you can see that the Galvatron is taller than the Sentinel Prime, even with these little horns sticking up. So if we move these out of the way, just to be fair, since we took his off. So head to head there, obviously the Galvatron is taller than Sentinel Prime is up here. So he's a shorter version of a Voyager. And then if we pull out his face mask and let it pop up, even pop his out, you can still, he still is shorter. Which, okay, we've seen before where we've gotten shorter Voyagers than others, and that's okay. But I feel like this piece right here in the front makes his legs look more stumpy than what they normally are. Because again, if we look at his legs over here, you can see sitting leg to leg here. Let me pull his cannon off, maybe we can see it better. But you can see on the legs, let's get his arms out of the way. And his too. Why not? So you can see that he's got longer legs here than he does. His are shorter. But this piece right here makes his legs look even shorter, which makes him look more stumpy, if you will. So that was one of my minor gripes about it. And then we'll go into some other small ones that I have. So again, articulation, we already talked about the head here. We're going to go into the shoulders, and they go all the way around like that. The arm can go out just like so. Not too much, but enough. He does have the elbow band. He's got a rotation right at the top of the elbow there. And he does have a wrist swivel on this one like this. Now the one thing that, again, kind of bugs me is the way these sit. And I was just double checking on the box, and that is the way they're supposed to sit. These sit on the outside there. But it just exposes these screws here. So I think it would have been better if they would have maybe had that on the outside, but I guess they really couldn't because of the way the main went like that. So again, I'm just being nitpicky on some of the things. Down the legs here, this leg does go out like this. It does go backwards, and it does go forwards, but not like the way that goes backwards easily like that. It doesn't go forwards that much easily because this piece gets in the way. So you kind of have to move it out and then forwards a little bit. But he doesn't really go, it's kind of sitting out that way. And that's because this gets in the way. He does have a knee bend as well. And then the foot itself does kind of bend up and down. That's mainly for transformation. And no ankle tilts or anything like that. Alright, so there he is in that mode there. Next, we're going to go ahead and put him into his spaceship mode first, and then we'll take him back and then put him into his land mode. So, for spaceship mode, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the arms, spin them around, spin the hand out. So really what it's going to look like if you have them like this is you're going to take the palm and make the palm face forward, and then spin the arm around, and then fold it up. And what's going to happen is this tab right here is going to slot into there, to this right back in here, like that. So essentially the hand is going to make up the lower portion of the jaw for the lion mode. So take that, fold it up, lock that into place right there, and you got that. Okay. Now, this here on the shoulder area is a double hinge. So you got it hinged out like that, and then this hinges open like this. And so now what you can do, after you have this extended straight, you're going to take this part, fold it down like this, and then close that back up. And this tab is going to go into the slot right there. Take that, lock that into place, do the same thing over here, open, open, fold forward, lock that into place, like that, and like that. So now we've got that. Now on the feet, you're going to take this, you're going to put the foot, and just put it straight, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to rotate, like so, rotate, like so, and then close these up. And the only way they're going to tab in is these tabs that are right here and right there. And there's one more right down in there. That's all going to tab into corresponding slots over here. So let's just see how that's going to look here. Take all that, close it up. And there's nothing here on the feet. And again, because they are feet, if you put some space on there, it's going to end up just, when he's standing up, it's not going to stand upright. So get all that locked into place. And these tabs here, you're going to flip them up, and they're going to snap into place right there. Same thing on the bottom portion here. Move this over like that, and you have that for the bottom. And let's make sure all this stuff stays in. Like that, like that. And like that. Okay. Oh, we'll take the Titan Master off as well and collapse these down. So that way it's not just sticking out there. So there he is in his Space Cruiser mode. This piece right here is going to snap into that spot right there. And you got that. Now the one thing I do like about it, and it's a decent looking mode. I mean, obviously there's a lot of, you can see kibble, you can see the lion legs right here, which is a little bit of kibble. But this is really neat right here. I do like the cockpit. The cockpit looks like a lion's face. If we look at it, it kind of has like the eyes up here. That's like the snout of the lion there, and then going down to the mouth section of the lion. So that's really neat. I thought they did a pretty nice looking job on that there. I like that. You can take Titan Master. He can sit inside there, and he can control this Space Cruiser mode like that. Now another miniature gripe that I had was this doesn't lock into place anywhere, and this goes onto his back when he's in his robot mode. So it doesn't lock in anywhere. It just kind of sits there. So when you go to lift this up here, if you want to lift this piece up, it lifts the whole thing up. You know, if I'm just trying to open a cockpit, I cannot. So I have to hold this down and then lift it up. Is it a minor gripe? Yes, it is. It's not going to make or break the figure. But I think if they just added a couple of tabs, it's not going to hinder if they would have done it. Put a couple of tabs here, a couple of slots here. Boom, it's locked in. This is locked in, and then you can open it up without having to sit there and mess with it yourself. So, again, a minor gripe. You can get another. Maybe I didn't have all this tabbed in right. Here we go. You can take another Titan Master, and we're going to go ahead and get one, and we're going to put him in there. Where did my... Here he is. And man, it's raining outside. It's been raining all week pretty much down here in San Antonio. So we take this down, and you can sit him right inside here. And now he can be controlling these guns here and firing them. So, decent looking cruiser mode. I'm going to pull in for comparison Alpha Trion here, and we're going to look at him next. But just to kind of show you, obviously if you guys already have the Sentinel Prime mold, you know what this looks like. So I wanted to bring it in to show you size comparisons on it. So obviously we can see that Alpha Trion is taller, and as far as length, they're either right at the same size, or Alpha Trion is maybe a hair taller. So just to kind of stick them up side to side like this, just to show you size comparisons wise. And then looking at Alpha Trion, again, it's decent. It looks decent from right up in here. On the bottom, you can tell all they did was, it's the robot mode. Legs are collapsed together, arms are folded in, and that's it. So decent looking. The sword itself, you can take it, and if you wanted to, you can plug it onto it. It shows in the instructions to plug either on this hole or that hole there. When you do that, though, it makes it a little bit not symmetrical to the other side. I'll put it on this one here, so it's easier. So it makes it not symmetrical, because now you have something on this side and nothing on this side. So there's that. And if you don't have him, let's just pull in this guy for comparison as far as size too. And here Skull Cruncher is just a little bit taller by the snout. So again, just to kind of show you size differences. And on here, as far as like any kind of articulation, you really don't have anything at all. I mean, this will turn the turret. You got that. This obviously opens and closes. But that's it. You don't really have anything else. I mean, nothing's going to move or, you know, spin or anything like that. So that's it for that. So we're going to go ahead and get him and put him into his lion mode. And then I'll give you my final thoughts on him. So getting him into lion mode, we're going to close this down like this. We're pretty much going to be getting him back into his robot mode for the most part. So we're going to take that, close all these little flaps down like that. Take the foot, then rotate this around. Rotate it around, put the foot back up. Get him standing. Now here, you don't have to put these back into their arm modes because that's going to make up the main. So what you want to do is here on the back, take this up, and this is on the double hinge as well. So you see that first hinge spot right there, and then one at the bottom. So you take this up, fold it up, and that just sits right up there like that. And these, what you're going to do this time is you're going to take this, and it's going to collapse in, and that's going to go flat, just like that, right down in there. Same thing on this side here. That's going to go in, go flat, and you're going to close these two headpieces together. And there's a lot of little tabs that are inside here. Here, all in through there, down here, onto the hands as well. And all they're going to fit with corresponding ones on the other side. And just snap it all together, just like that. Now, what you want to do is you want to take the waist and pop that open. And again, that's on a double hinge as well. From there, you're going to take these arms right here, pull them down. Take the other one, pull it down. And that's going to make up the lion arms and paws. You just pull those paws forward like that. Now this double hinge here, you're going to take this, you're going to fold this up like that where it's flat, and then take it and lift it up, and that snaps into place. This tab will go into that little hole right there, and then these two tabs are going to tab into that right there. So just take all that, close it up, and take this and put them into those tabs right there. There we go, just like that. Now on the legs, you're going to take this section here, and you're going to fold this down like this, and you're going to see that slot right there is going to go with that tab right there. So just fold this up just like this, and it's going to snap in right there. Same thing on the other side there. Take that, fold it up, snap it in. Now we're almost done. We're going to take this, fold that down just like that. Take the other one, fold it down like that. Take the back lion legs, fold it down, flip it up, and it snaps into place. Do the same thing on the other side. Snaps into place. And then there he is in his lion mode. Now you're going to take the sword, and you use the sword, it's going to be his tail. So this little tab right here is going to go into that slot that's sitting right there. So you take that, stick it in there, and now he's got a lion's tail. Close the legs back up, and there he is. So the instructions didn't really show a place for this. They didn't say, hey, it goes anywhere. But you can plug it into this side right here, and then that'll be the spot for it. Again, if you want to. That way, if you want to have your character holding everything, you can get him to do that. So that'll fit in just like that. And the lion mode is decent looking. I actually do like the lion mode. I think it looks cool. It looks like a lion. The part that I didn't like was on the head here. So if you look at the head, and you see around here, this is all purple, and then the eyeball itself is purple as well. So I think they should have painted the eye a different color to make it stand out more. Because unless you really look at it, you really can't make where the eye socket is and the eye goes in there. Again, if it was a different color, you would say, oh, okay, that's where the eye belongs, and it would go right there. So that was another minor gripe of mine as far as that goes. And then the tail doesn't have articulation, so that will pop off sometimes. So articulation in this mode, real quick. The paws do move down like that. And then the legs go all the way back, but that's mainly for transformation. They also do come out this way if you want to do that. The back ones, again, they'll go out, but again for transformation mainly. And the paws here will go like that. And then that's it. The tail won't move anywhere. Like I said, if you move it, it may just fall off. So, but I think it really looks good. It looks like a good lion. So I think if they were to do like Leo Prime or another lion transformer, and I forgot who the other ones were, it would look good. For Alpha Trion, again, not my favorite. But again, I do like the lion mode. I think it looks neat. And size comparisons with him. Let's pull in. I have Combiner Wars. Come on here. I forget his name. I'm really bad at remembering his names. Anyways. Somebody please tell me his name when we get down. Skylynx. I think his name is Skylynx. Yeah, that's right. Okay, Skylynx. Man, look at that. Saved by the bell. So, we look at Skylynx next to him, and they're almost the same height. If we look at that Alpha Trion, because of this here, is a little bit taller up here. But they are about the same height, and lengthwise, Skylynx beats him out because of his head right here. Even when it's curved, it beats him out. So, you can see just the size of that. Pulling him back in right here, you can see just again, obviously Skylynx or Alpha Trion is a lot taller, but as far as lengthwise, they're about the same length. Okay. And then, just because, let's just pull him in again. And that way you can kind of see how tall he is right there. So, my final thoughts. I think it's a good looking figure for the most part. Again, it does have its bad spots that I mentioned. Again, it may be just me nitpicking on certain items. But that's just my opinion. You may have a different opinion on it. Like I said, I think out of the three modes, my favorite is this one here because I think the line looks cool. So, that's it. Oh, you know what? And actually, the jaw itself doesn't move. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it doesn't really move because it's all locked into place. So it won't open and close, and that's because the hands are locked into place. And then one last thing before I go, and I was thinking about it again. The hands. Okay, that's one other thing. I wish they would have just painted them the same color as this plastic here. Because, again, you look at it, and we know that's his bottom jaw. Why not paint it the same color as this? I mean, we know on this guy here, they had no problems giving him every single thing the same color blue. So why even his hands are the same color blue as everything else? Okay, and we talked about that in the video when I did the review on him. But why couldn't they do the same thing here with that, just to make it look more like the actual mouth itself? I think that's something they should have done. But again, this is me nitpicking, I guess. And I think that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to pick this up. Again, I'm going to put a link in the description below where you can pick them up. And until next time, stay safe.